got the hot side of the turbo done. It's time to do the cold side and build our intake plenum. So I got this billet flange here. It fits in there very nice and tight. With the stock Hayabusa throttle bodies, they take up way too much space. I have to cut the frame.
But before I do that, I'm going to install this Ducati rear brake caliper. And also, if you don't remember from the previous video, I started this arched extended swing arm build that I never finished. I did go ahead and add an X cross brace and also another bar to really make it sturdy. Pretty pleased with how it came out. It saved me a ton of money doing this myself, and I also decided to add a clear coat on this swing arm to show off all the bluing. So here is our finished swing arm. Came out really nice and shiny, and you can see all the bluing on there. Well, I let it sit outside, and I guess I really did not put enough clear coat on it because there was some rust, so I cleaned off the rust, put some paint inside the carrier, and I made sure I anti-seized the crap out of everything because this axle was a pain to remove. I had to cut everything off. Dang guys, we're just one link too short. This is the stock caliper. You can see there's a huge size and weight difference, and the Brembo just looks way cleaner in my opinion. Now back to the turbo manifold build. I cut out a long strip of 1/8 inch aluminum, and I'm gonna wrap it around that billet flange and weld it on. Alright guys, so I have 3 diameters of tubing I could put on this plenum. 2 inch, 2 1/4, and 2 1/2. Now I was curious as to why a lot of Turbo Hayabusa guys run this small, very small 2 inch intercooler piping. And after doing some research, it turns out it's just because of the frame limitations. You know, you don't have a lot of space to clear the frame.
so that's why they use it. But I guess I'm just gonna step up to the, you know, standard automotive size 2.5 inch. So now I kind of regret drilling these holes here. I didn't really even need to drill them, but oh well.
Now guys, I did order this Mustang throttle body, and I really wanted to convert to a single throttle body because of the lack of space, but I guess a couple people talked me out of it, and it's just way too much work. A single throttle body would be good for, like, you know, upwards of 500, 600 horsepower.
Alright guys, so I did decide I don't want to run a single throttle body. It's just too much work for too little gain. Now if I had all the resources like a lathe, a friend that owns a dyno, if I knew someone who could tune it all for me for free, then yeah, I would probably do that. But the way it is now, I'm hoping I could just download a map from the internet, and like a base map, and then just run this thing without having to get it dyno tuned. So if anyone has a base map for this application, hit me up. If anyone would like to help me tune this thing, also hit me up. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut these bars right here and lift them up. For those of you that aren't familiar, half this frame is aluminum and the other half is steel, so it's a hybrid frame. I'm gonna drill 2 new holes right here, and that's where the steel is gonna connect to. So for it to look pretty and be as strong as possible, I'm gonna have to cut the frame right here at this bend. I'm gonna have to cut these down further. Now I have measured the distance from there to there. I am gonna go ahead and cut off all this steering and just add it, weld it back on later. So I'm gonna use these existing holes on the frame, drill them out all the way through, and that's gonna catch our first mount. So guys, I did not realize how close that was going to be to the steering, but luckily I got this cast 90. Just going to cut that off and weld it on right there. We got some insanely huge gaps to fill, but it's alright. Alright, so check this out. I got it lined up pretty good to where it's basically a straight shot to the turbo. I've also downgraded to a 2-inch thing because of the lack of space.
I welded some steel bunks to the end of this tube, and this is going to be one of the 3 mounts that basically squeeze this quad together.
Well, we took this Raptor pretty far. If you guys did not catch that, I got a piece of filler wire right there, bent it to see how it looks. I think, you know, I'm super tired. I want to go ahead and sleep on this and then come back tomorrow and finalize the design.
The next day.
So I got some tubing here to slip on like that. Wow, look at that, guys. And then if you take a look at the air box, it does slide in and out of the frame, so there is good clearance there. guys, that is freaking perfect. I am pretty happy with that. The fairings seem to be lining up. We're gonna have to trim them out right here for the intake, but yeah, the fairings line up. Steering is in almost the exact same spot. I am gonna leave all this tacked in, you know, in case I need to make any changes. Alright guys, and here I got the charge piping mocked up. Of course, no intercooler because it's low PSI. We are going to make it a seamless one-piece design. I just ran out of the tubing. But yeah, that is it. That's going to be a wrap for this Turbo Raptor build. Super excited where this thing is going. If you're interested in early access videos, you could check out my Patreon or also join and become a member. Also, check out my merch. It helps support the channel. You've been noticed lately, I have been grinding the ads. The ads pay the bills and make this possible. So yeah guys, if you're interested supporting the channel, merch, memberships, Patreon, that stuff all goes a long way. Also supporting my ad sponsors, that helps them come back to the channel, give me more opportunities and more money to come up with crazy builds. So guys, with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you in the next episode. Stay tuned. Peace and God bless.